bringing to you sights of the Muntinlupa Sports Center. We are down south for this potential playoff preview matchup between the number 1 Tanduay Rum Masters and the number 2 San Juan Knights. As we take a look now at Judel Rec Fuentes, he was the high point man last time out for the Knights with 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals to his name. As we take a look at the blazing Cedric Ablaza, the leading scorer of our Filbasket Summer Championships. He has been red hot in the past 3 games. Will he look to continue his hot streak in this potential playoff matchup? As we bring to you the San Juan Knights versus the Tanduay Rum Masters here for the final game of our triple header for this evening. Anthony Perez here at your service. Joining me is Nico Aaron Quintong. Nico, let's go to the side first of the San Juan Knights. They had a comfortable win against the AFP Makati Cavaliers in their previous game. And of course, they had a big boost from their bench in that previous outing.
Well, Anthony, San Juan is actually one of the heavyweights dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship. They're a team that likes to get physical inside the paint. In their win over the AFP Makati Cavaliers, they had 56 bench points with 45 rebounds and 21 assists. So kitang-kita natin, their strong points is when they play as a team. An all-around effort para dito sa San Juan Knights.
Not to mention their heavy rebounding numbers, Nico, also doing wonders for San Juan. And we go now to the side of the Tanduay Rum Masters, who, by the way, Nico, they overcame a medyo slow start against the All-Star Bacolod Ballers, but in the end, it was that shootout of a victory versus All-Star Bacolod, led by, of course, one Cedric Ablaza, winning that head-to-head matchup against Alwin Alday.
Yes, and that's why they're very similar with San Juan, is because they also like to get nitty and gritty inside the paint. They're a team that loves to play from outside to in. So you see 48 rebounds, 28 bench points. So such an all-around effort para dito sa Tanduay Rum Masters. Their physicality has been off the charts, and they could use that in this game.
And they could also use a Cedric Ablaza, who is looking to continue his hot streak. So coming up, we have our number 1, the undefeated Tanduay Rum Masters, going against our number 2 team, the San Juan Knights. As we send it over now to our venue announcer, Ryan Villena, for our opening lineups.
Good evening. This is Filbasket Summer Championship 2022, presented by Pure Gold. This is the 3rd game of our triple header between the San Juan Knights and the Tanduay Rum Masters. Are you ready? First, let's meet the starters of San Juan. At point guard, standing 5'9" from Mapua University, number 1, CJ Isit. As shooting guard, 5'10" from Centro Escolar University, number 17, Judel Fuentes. As small forward, 6'4" from the University of St. Benil, number 18, Justin Gutan. At power forward, 6'4" from AMA University, number 10, Maki Acosta. And at center, 6'7" from Mapua University, number 15, Christian Bunyag. The head coach of the Knights is Nani Pundalan. And now, the starters of the Tanduay Rum Masters. At point guard, standing 5'10" from the University of the East, number 10, Rudy Linganay. As shooting guard, 5'11" from the University of Perpetual Health System Dallas, number 45, John Valoria. As small forward, 6'1" from the University of the East, number 18, Ralph Olivares. At power forward, 6'4" from Jose Rizal University, number 43, Jackster Rapinan. And at center, 6'5" from Colero de San Juan de Letran, number 24, Mark Cruz. The head coach of Tanduay is Pocholo Villanueva.
And a look now at our starting lineups for both clubs. Tanduay opening with Ralph Olivares and Jexter Apinan along the wings. Mark Neil Cruz at center with Rudy Lingayanay and Junric Baloria at the guards. Meanwhile, for San Juan, Justin Gutang and Maki Acosta are the wings. Christian Bunyag manning the middle. CJ Iset and Judel Rick Fuentes are at the guards. So Bunyag and Mark Neil Cruz getting set for tip-off. And we are underway. The number 1 Tanduay Rum Masters, who are undefeated, squaring off against the number 2 team, the San Juan Knights. Nico, anytime you're calling a game where it could be a potential playoff matchup, you know good things are about to happen.
That's right, Anthony. 2 heavyweights in this tournament. The similar styles, similar ways of playing. So we could expect a lot of physicality dito sa larong to.
And immediately, Nico, speaking of commonalities, both teams, they last played March 25 pa. So medyo matagal-tagal yung pahinga for both squads. Yung rust factor kaya dito versus rest, will this affect the outcome of our ball game?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, Anthony. Kasi as a team, when you're rusty, you have to get your rhythm early on. So I honestly believe the team that gets the rhythm early on in this game will have the advantage.
At mukha nga yun, si Maki Acosta, unang naka 2 points sa ating ball game, putting San Juan up ahead. Meanwhile, Neil Cruz now over to Jexter Apinan. The defensive stalwart is all air sa kanyang three-pointer.
But that's what's important for Tanduay. I mean, you have a good look like that, it's important to take it. You know, eventually you will get your rhythm.
And immediately, Nico, something to watch out dito sa panig ng Tanduay. They are not starting their leading scorer in Cedric Ablaza.
I know, well, maybe it's something they want to switch up. They probably expected San Juan to meet Ablaza early on in this quarter, so they maybe want to change something and take them by surprise.
Actually, ganyan din yung nangyari nung last game nila against the All-Star Bacolod Bowlers, Nico. Cedric Ablaza came off the bench. Medyo slow start pa nga siya first quarter, ganon. Pero in the end game, uminit nga si Ced. And again, he scored 26 points to finish out that ball game.
Si Cedric Ablaza is one of the X factors para dito sa Tanduay Rum Masters. Coach Cholo Villanueva wants him to come off the bench to give them that extra boost they need in the later periods.
Sabi mong X factor, eto rin, si Judel Rick Fuentes had himself a great ball game in that win against AFP. 20 points and 2 steals to his name. Meanwhile, Jex Apinan. Chong Valoria now. Pops one back out to Apinan. Apinan, the drive. Tough shot that time by Jexter.
Yes, not the best shot you could get there, but credit the San Juan defense on that play.
Meanwhile, on the trail, it is Judel Rick Fuentes connecting from downtown.
If San Juan wants to be victorious in this game, Anthony, they will have to be able to shoot from deep. That's something they could stand out in.
Yun nga lang, last game, Nico, 31% lang sila from downtown. Junric Baloria naman ngayon sa sagot. No go. Ralph Olivares with the under-goal stab.
Second chance buckets will be very important for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Pero as I mentioned earlier, the 3-point baskets, if San Juan makes them in this game, that will be the X factor.
Gutang now puts it on the deck, loses it. Ito na si Olivares. Leaves it off for Rudy Lingayanay. Back to Jexter, back to Junric Baloria. Able to convert the deuce.
Ganda ng transition game ng Tanduay Rum Masters to kick off this first quarter.
Showing that they can run as well with the San Juan Knights. Maki. Over now to Justin. Back to Acosta, left wing three. Second basket in the game for Maki Acosta.
As I mentioned earlier, Anthony, if San Juan can get their rhythm from deep early on, that will really put them on top because, see, they've been winning ball games even if they haven't been shooting well. So all the more, if you shoot well,
Tama.
you could take this game all the way.
Definitely. Junric Baloria now. On the drive against 2 San Juan defenders. Trying to do too much that time, Nico.
Yeah, he forced that play too much a bit, but credit the San Juan defense.
And we switch it over now to Sam Coloso, who has a report from us. Sam, go ahead.
Thank you, Anthony. You know, I'm a bit curious because I'm a left-handed myself. We have 3 lefties starting out for Tanduay Rum Masters. We have Jong Baloria, Jexter Apinan, and Rudy Lingayanay. O, diba? Back to you guys.
Sam, if you can shoot a jump shot like any of them, I will be super happy to see that. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Pero yun nga, no, Dico, pagkaliwete ang kalaban mo, it just changes the whole dynamic of the game. Eh.
It does, it does. I mean, modesty aside, being a lefty myself, I think
Ayun.
that's
pala tayo.
Oh, pare, isali mo na rin ako dun kay Sam, no? When I would play, being a lefty has so many advantages. You could pull up from different kinds of angles.
Yeah. As Judelric Fuentes with the runner, no go. Acosta tracks it down over to Justin Gutang from downtown, Diubra. Ball will go to the side of Tanduay.
San Juan they're rushing their shots a bit, Anthony, if I'll be completely honest. They could get higher quality looks on the inside, maybe rotate the ball more, kasi itong Tanduay Rum Masters are forcing them to shoot that outside shot.
Right. Junric Baloria now. Going to Jexter, matched up against Maki. Filbasket is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. Junric Baloria almost losing it to Fuentes along the baseline. A Pinan wild shot that time. Here comes Justin Gutang, charging up ahead against free Tanduay shirts. Parang to si Justin Gutang may gustong sabihin kagad eh, no, Nico?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a good friend of mine, and I played with him once, and you know, that's something he likes to do. That's why San Juan likes to keep him on the team, is because he really likes to push the ball in transition and get physical on the inside.
Of course, Justin Gutang had 10 points and 6 assists in their last ball game, showing that he can also play make.
Yes, he will be an X factor for this team.
Maki Acosta having a good start to his name with that cross-step Euro and a floater to boot.
Yes, that's a beautiful shot from Acosta there. He's someone, a stretch four who could shoot, and that really opens up the offense if you're San Juan.
So Tanduay up, San Juan up 11-4 in the early goings of our game. Ralph Olivares from the right wing rattles that one home from deep.
Olivares making San Juan think twice about their 2-3 zone defense there. San Juan wants Tanduay to shoot from deep, as we saw early on, but if you're Tanduay, you have to make your three-point basket. It will change things for you.
Isit now finds Bunyag down low, and Bunyag converts.
Ganda ng pasa nun ni Isit dun kay Bunyag. Isit has that ability to beat the defender and attract the defense. That's why he made that drop pass.
Easy too para dun kay Bunyag, as Apinan now looking for a receiver. Ralph Olivares against Gutang. 10 seconds to work with. Linganay open free. Rudy delivers from downtown. And our prize money sponsor is brought to us by eMedisure Pharmacy.
And as I said earlier, Anthony, they will have to shoot the threes, and that is what Tanduay is doing right now. The off-screen set for Linganay really prompted him to shoot that wide-open basket.
Inside to out, gaya ng sabi natin, Nico. Acosta, cross-court, pupunta kay Justin, over to Judel. Downtown, sinagot yan ni Fuentes.
Yan, mas may ball movement na ngayon ng San Juan. Anthony, we're seeing them really taking patient and calculated looks at the basket.
So both teams going inside out early on. 16-10 pa rin yan para sa San Juan. Apinan, bumangga kay Acosta, finds Mark Neil Cruz underneath, unmolested.
Patient move there by Apinan to find Cruz.
Fuentes, almost a turnover that time, looking to set the table up. Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket.
We're seeing some off-screen actions now.
EJ Isit, pumukol sa labas. Hindi uubra yun. Here comes Linganay. Hinihingi yan ni Ralph. Oh, miscommunication that time. Jexter Apinan. Down to 12 in the shot clock for the Rum Masters. Apinan, kick out. Baloria, corner free. That's good. Oh. Both teams clicking early on, San Juan and Tanduay. But we will now call for time, says San Juan. As we take a look at this again on our replay screens, Junric Baloria, corner free. Splash that home, buddy. At ang instant replay na yan, hatid sa atin ng Smart. Smart simple, smart ako. Time out muna tayo dito. Balikan na. And back to the action here sa Muntinlupa Sports Center featuring the undefeated Tanduay Rum Masters and the San Juan Knights. As you take a look now at a gold reserve for the Rum Masters, Ralph Olivares. Magic bunot yan from the bench. The only other guy in double figures aside from Cedric Ablaza with 10 markers in their previous game.
Yes, he will be one of the significant contributors for the Tanduay Rum Masters in this game.
As Fuentes now, looking for gutang that time. Yun nga lang, natapik yun palabas.
Tanduay is doing an excellent job, Anthony, of really protecting the inside area. They're
Right.
forcing San Juan to take difficult baskets from the outside. And that's why, as I said earlier, if San Juan makes their baskets from deep, they will force Tanduay to switch things up defensively.
Meanwhile, speaking of switching things up, Nico, eto na, pinasok na the blazing Cedric Ablaza para sa Tanduay. Samantala naman para sa San Juan, Jonard Clarito and the diminutive point guard Orlan Wamar making his first entry.
And Orlan Wamar is someone who would shoot. Siguro napansin ng San Juan na Tanduay is forcing them to take outside looks, and that's why Wamar is in the ball game right now.
Yun. Also, si Ato Ular rin, bagong pasok yan para sa San Juan. So, you look at this lineup, no, Nico, ng San Juan. You have Jonard Clarito, Ato Ular. Yung dalawang yan, 11 rebounds each yan sa last game nila.
Yes, and the rebounding of San Juan has been off the charts. That's what's kept them in every ball game. One of the X factors they have is their rebounding, both offensively and defensively.
At katapat naman nila sa banig ng Tanduay, itong si Jexter Apinan, also a very good rebounder on his own. Ato Ular puts it up from the top of the key. Swish for the new entry of the ball game.
And Ato Ular, a 5 who could shoot. If you have a center who could do that, it really opens things up for your offense.
Stroking it from deep and putting his team up by 4. Meanwhile, we would like to thank Contigo Scoreboard, our multi-sport scoring solutions, as there is a foul off the ball. Laban dito kay Jexter Apinan. Already the second foul on Jexter Apinan, Nico.
Yes, they have to be careful. You don't want Dexter Apinan checking out of this ball game early. He's a very key player for this Tanduay Rum Masters here. So as you see, you have to be more disciplined with your movement. You don't want to be in the penalty early and force San Juan to get those easy baskets.
Na-extend niya yung left hand niya dun sa screen. If he only kept it down, kept solid position, hindi foul yun.
Yes, those are some things as a player which you could really avoid.
Ito rin, may bagong pasok para sa Tanduay. It is John Ray Villanueva into the ball game. Wamar, pumunta dito kay Clarito. Match up against Junric Baloria. Clarito over to Tonton Peralta. Tough shot in the lane.
Peralta forcing that shot that he had a wide open man to his left.
Ablaza finding King Importante to Junric. Sabi niya, sandali lang. Nilabas dito kay MJ De La Virgen. 12 seconds on the Tanduay shot clock. De La Virgen, drive, kick out. John Ray free. No, Junric gets the board. Junric Valoria once more. No good. Good effort that time by Tanduay.
Both teams really upping the game on their hustle game. I mean, you see both these teams fighting for second chance buckets.
Orlan Wamar saying, can you catch me, Tanduay Rum Masters? As turnover goes now to MJ De La Virgen. Finds himself open from downtown. De La Virgen is short. Meanwhile, Orlan pupunta kay Saldua. Peralta all day to shoot. Rims out. And look at Ablaza and Jonard Clarito wrestling for it, Nico.
As I said, two very physical teams. That's one thing they share in common. They like to get nitty and gritty inside. Like, look at this replay right here. They do not want to let anyone get that rebound. Talagang laban na ng palagi ito eh, oh.
Two of the heavy-hitting forwards para sa parehong koponan going at it in the rebounding battle early on. Orlan Wamar, baseline inbounds, pupunta yan kay Saldua. Saldua trying to work against Importante. Near turnover that time. Peralta. The drive puts it up. No good. Rebound by King Importante.
See Saldua earlier, he had a left side drive. He could have taken advantage of the weak side.
Yep. And so one of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. Manila Kingpin, Cebu. As Asuncion pops one up from deep, and Tanduay once again knocks it down from downtown.
And Asuncion with a jumper as smooth as butter there. Tanduay Rum Masters making San Juan pay for their 2-3 defense.
So tabla na ngayon ang ating laban, 18 apiece. with just a minute to go sa ating first quarter. Orlan, binabayan kay Ato. Matched up against Cedric Ablaza. Ular, oh, look at that drop step spin move. Hindi lang umubra.
Nice move there by Ular, but he did not see the wide open Peralta on the left wing.
Could have given up earlier. Asuncion, drop pass. De La Virgen, kick out. Villanueva off the glass and two.
Strong move by Villanueva. He did not settle for that outside look. Instead, got a better quality basket.
Orlan Wamar, cross-court pass going to Jonard. Again, Ular likes that low block. He's matched up against Cedric. Ular taking his time. Ato almost losing it. Kick out. Saldua, top of the key triple. That's short. John Ray naman ngayon is fouled from behind by Jonard Clarito. Not really a smart foul that time, Nico.
Yes, yes. As I said a while ago, defensive discipline will be very important in this ballgame. You do not want to give up any unnecessary fouls. You know, as a player, as much as possible, you want to stay disciplined and play clean defense.
So, Tanduay will look to execute their set over here with just 24 seconds left to go in our first quarter as Wamar takes a shot to the chin from MJ De La Virgen. Let's take a look at this on our replay screens, folks. De La Virgen, the drive, oh! Elbow to the chin for Orlan Wamar. But ayan na naman siya. Nico, he's back up.
Yeah, you need a tough chin in this game as well, Anthony. You know, it's very physical itong start natin.
And back and forth at that, Nico. Down to 9 seconds in the first quarter. Clarito with the shove against Asuncion.
Itong San Juan, Anthony, just for our viewers out here, they're doing a lot of weak side action. They want to get some isolations on the weak side, but then you have the off-ball movement to the left. So it's very tactical and smart offense para dito sa San Juan.
And they'll look to execute that as we go along as MJ De La Virgen puts the runner up, does not fall, and that will end our first quarter of action. Tanduay Rum Masters up 20 versus the San Juan Knights 18. Back and forth action here early on in our third game of our triple header for the evening. As Justin Gutang and Maki Acosta and company looking to pile points early on, but Junric Valoria able to respond on the other end with a triple of his own.
And San Juan being more disciplined with their offense now. Very patient in their ball movement.
Don't go away. Magbabalik tayo dito lang sa Filbasket Summer Championship. Back to the action here at the Filbasket Summer Championships presented by Pure Gold. We are now watching the third game of our triple header for the evening. Tanduay Rum Masters up against the San Juan Knights. Anthony Perez here, still being joined by Nico Aaron Gintong. Nico, in our first quarter, the pace was there, the scoring was there for both sides.
Yes, both teams really playing at a calculated pace. They're not rushing their shots. They want to get that inside look.
Saldua now. And San Juan looking to attack, but Asuncion able to track that down. Leaves it up for MJ on the fast break. Easy deuce.
The way Asuncion split that defense really opened up things for the Tanduay Rum Masters that fast break. He split that double team. Now it became a 3-in-1, and that's why they got that fast break shot.
Again, both teams in our first quarter Scored from inside, connected from deep, putting up the pace as Jonar Clarito scores from in close.
Nice inside look there for Clarito. San Juan going to the basics of playing inside the paint.
Of course, Jonar Clarito had 11 rebounds in their previous outing against AFP. Meanwhile, eto na ang Tanduay. Ablaza fought about it against Saldua. Spin. Cedric gets the basket. Dagdagan mo pa yan ng isa.
The jab, the spin by Ablaza. That's just basic one-on-one. No need to overthink things here for Ablaza. Jab fake, taking it to the left, and then going back to the right. That drop shoulder layup by Ablaza.
At yung end one na yun, hatid sa atin ng Pure Gold, ang move of the game, presented by Pure Gold. Of course, Cedric Ablaza, Nico, in all his games dito sa ating Filbasket, at least 25 points per. Tapos, Pure Gold best player of the game pa siya sa lahat ng laro nila.
Yes, and that's what you like about Ablaza. He's very consistent as a player. You know, when you have someone like Ablaza, it's very important for him to contribute on a nightly basis.
And consistent he has been for the Red Shirts. Justin Gutang now leaves it over to Orlan. Omar looking to direct traffic. Over to Clarito. Gets it back. Gutang fought about it. Wamar open free. Offline. Mapupunta yan kay John Ray Villanueva. Oh, almost a near turnover that time, but Asuncion gets it. Asuncion stop and pop free. That drops for JC.
And the Tanduay Rum Masters, that play, they did not rush their shot. They looked for a high quality look, and they have been able to hit it from deep.
Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket. And don't look now, but Tanduay Rum Masters up by 8, their largest of the ball game. Gutang over to Jonar. Clarito takes it, misfires. King tracks it down.
As I said earlier, Anthony, the three-point game will be the X factor for either team here. If they could hit it from deep, just like that one, they will take a huge lead in this game.
And timeout is being called here by San Juan. Nico, they have seen enough threes from Tanduay already.
Yes, Tanduay, knowing the weak points of San Juan, they have taken advantage of the 2-3 zone defense, as you see in this replay here. Villanueva just silencing them with that.
And we'll be back for more Filbasket Summer Championship action here in just a moment. Back to the action here at the Muntinlupa Sports Center. Second quarter featuring the Tanduay Rum Masters and the San Juan Knights. Nico, before we concluded for a timeout, no, Tanduay Rum Masters, they have been the zone breakers against the San Juan Knights. No, now up by 11, 31-20.
Yes, and that's terrific recognition there by Coach Cholo Villanueva. He knows San Juan is forcing them to shoot from deep, so he must have told his players, you have to make your perimeter basket. Now with Tanduay being able to shoot the threes, we can expect San Juan to change things up defensively. You see a man-to-man defense now because they know the Rum Masters could hit from deep.
Butas na kasi yung zona nila di ba? As Filbasket is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. High-low play for Cedric does not work between him and King Importante. They have seconds on the shot clock, pero may timeout dito ang Tanduay Rum Masters. Coach Cholo Villanueva wanting to talk it over na muna with his wards. Magbabalik tayo in just a few. back to the action here at the Muntinlupa Sports Center as you take a look at the leading scorer of the Filbasket Summer Championship, Cedric Ablaza. Again, Nico, consistent production in every game he's played.
As I said earlier, double-digit scoring in all of those games. He's been doing it on all cylinders. Points, rebounds, and assists. So he will be key in this ball game.
Justin leaves it up for Ato. No good. Sayang yun. Ang lapit na. Cedric Ablaza now looking to bring it up for Tanduay. MJ looking to direct traffic. Pull back free. De La Virgen, no go. Ular corrals that board.
And Tanduay still in rhythm on the 3.
Ito naman San Juan, sinusubukan nilang sagutin sa tres din ni Nico, pero it's not working at the same quality as Tanduay.
Yes, and that's why Tanduay is sticking to this 2-3 zone defense. They know San Juan has yet to get the rhythm from deep.
Medyo na-heat check na banda doon si John Ray Villanueva, no, from distance. But nevertheless, again, Nico, if San Juan is trying to match Tanduay, 3-point shot for 3-point shot, pero ganito pa rin yung result, don't you think it's time to parang switch things up a bit, no?
It is, Anthony. And they haven't been able to hit from deep consistently so far. But they have to go back to their strengths. And that's moving the ball around, playing from inside to out. So they have to take it to this Tanduay Rum Masters team. They need to be more physical.
Again, ang San Juan, they have the playmakers in Justin Gutang, in Fuentes, in CJ Isit. So they look to make a charge here in our second quarter. As Jonard Clarito that time, this time taking it in close, di ba?
Like I said earlier, that's what they have to do more. San Juan has to take it to Tanduay inside the paint. They can't settle for outside looks in this ball game. So plays like that will be key for them moving forward.
Lalo na, wala pa dito si Jexter Apenan. Meanwhile, we switch it over now courtside. Going to Sam Coloso. Sam, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Anthony. Sabi ni Coach Cholo Villanueva from Tanduay Rum Masters that they're really prepared coming into this game. San Juan is one of the top teams, so they had to gauge themselves to be a part of those top teams. Reminder ni Coach Cholo to keep their challenger mentality in climbing the ladder to the top. Anthony, Nico.
Challenger mentality daw, Nico, sabi ni Coach Cholo Villanueva. No, we're undefeated, pero ang mentality nila, hindi champion, challenger tayo.
And that's one thing you like to hear from your coach, you know. And even me, my coaches would tell me, no matter how good you think your team is, always have the underdog mentality. You always don't want to get complacent, and that's why you see the body language nitong Tanduay Rum Masters. They're not complacent, and they know that they still have so much more work to do.
As Jonard Clarito finally nailing a free-pointer, kanina pa yan, yung San Juan kumakatok from distance.
They will need more from that. Clarito could provide that from them off the bench, so he's done an excellent job so far.
Ablaza now, handoff action kay Rudy. Lenganay pops one up from distance. Oh, look at Villanueva, sky for that board. Pero ang bola, mananatili pa rin dito sa Tanduay. As forward for forward substitution, Ablaza sits down for Jexter Apenan. As you take a look at this, Jonard Clarito instant replay on his free-point shot. Hatid sa atin yan ng Smart. Smart simple, smart ako.
And now San Juan switching things up defensively, Anthony. They're going man-to-man now because they know Tanduay has been getting their rhythm on the outside.
Importante does not work from downtown. Sarangay over to Orlan. Thought about it. Over to Judel. Fuentes, oh, nice up fake that time. Fuentes draws the contact from JC Asuncion and he will head to the line for 2.
Yes, Fuentes doing a terrific job there. Really taking it to the heart of the Tanduay Rum Masters defense. They play fast, but at the same time, you have to be patient in your possession. So that play, Wamar was about to take a 3. He gave it to Fuentes, and Fuentes recognizing that they had a wide open lane inside the paint. So he really took advantage of that there.
Of course, Judel Fuentes had a great game in their last outing. Meanwhile, our prize money sponsor is brought to us by eMedisure Pharmacy. Had 20 points and 2 steals in their victory against AFP. So point guard for point guard dito, Orlan Wamar, uupo muna para dito kay CJ Isit. Still 5:08 to go in our second quarter. Tanduay still up 33-27. Asuncion looking for a receiver. He wants a screen, got to not get it though. JC pulls back, three-pointer. JC Asuncion again from downtown.
That's a tough step back by Asuncion. The defense was excellent, but you know what they say, you could have great defense, but nothing beats better offense.
Definitely. As he puts the Rum Masters up by 9 this time, 46-27. Isit, bottled up here by John Ray. They go to Jonard, looking to back down, cannot do it. Swing around, Judel Fuentes for the free, that is short. And Sarangay, importante, battling that low. Pero may foul na may tatawag kay King.
We are seeing now San Juan really taking it to the heart of Tanduay now, Anthony. They're starting to get more of their identity as a team in this ball game. They're not settling for the outside looks. They know one of their strengths is being physical inside the paint, and that's what they're doing right now.
So kaya naman ang Tanduay nagtawag rin ng reinforcement dito kay Ambulodto na bagong pasok. Of course, John Ambulodto last time played for the Blackwater Bossing sa PBA. We would like to thank Contigo Scoreboard or Multi-Sport Scoring Solutions. Dexter Apinan, he has been quiet in this ball game so far. Matched up against Clarito. Look at that good defense there by Jonard. Tripped up that time was Dexter.
And now San Juan is switching things up defensively. That's what you call some coach tactics, you know. You don't want to always be predictable. At first they had a man-to-man. Now they go back to a 2-3 zone. So that's been causing problems for Tanduay.
Different looks lang no, Nico?
That's very important. Sometimes it's more than just skill. It's how you move as a team, how a coach is able to really transition their defense and switch things up.
So sideline inbounds tayo. Filbasket is presented to us by Pure Gold. Rudy Linganay. Gets it over to JC Asuncion. Back up top. Dexter Apinan. Shadowed here by Maki. Apinan puts it up. Does not fall. Apinan battling for it again and puts it up and in.
Tremendous hustle there by Apinan, and that's something you'll need him to do all night. The second chance buckets have always been one of the strengths of Tanduay Rum Masters throughout this tournament.
Alam mo, Nico, no, in their last game, Dexter Apinan as CJ Isit makes that runner, no, his nose was bloodied 2 times in that ball game, pero diving on the floor pa rin siya, crashing for the glass. I mean, this guy is just a hard-working forward.
And that's why he's on the floor right now. You would want a player to really give up their whole body just for a play. And the Apinan has always been that kind of a hustle, nitty-gritty 4 and 5.
Ambulodto trying to shake off Sarangay. Free in the key that time.
San Juan is doing an excellent job now congesting the paint for Tanduay. They know they have been able to hit from outside, but at the same time, as we see in that last play, they've done a great job congesting the paint.
Itong runner na to ni CJ Isit is our move of the game, presented to us by Pure Gold.
See, look, now as I mentioned earlier, they're switching things up. Tanduay now going to a full court man-to-man press. So they really want to keep San Juan on their toes.
Yes. And so far it has been working for them because they are still up by 9. Isit being hounded here by Junrik. Gets a screen from Maki. Isit, quick crossover, puts it up and in. CJ Isit for the basket. Dagdagan mo ba yan ng isa?
CJ Isit, just that flashy move. He saw that he had the mismatch. He knows he has the speed advantage, so he really used that to his strength. He got the switch on the pick and roll. He saw the defense wasn't settled. He took advantage of that, dropping his right shoulder, getting the contact.
Yan yung mga ano mo, Nico, yung mga lefty, yan yung lefty army mo di ba?
Yeah.
Tipong CJ Isit, mga ganyan. No? So, of course, the former Mapua Cardinal to the line. Oh, sayang lang. Cannot convert the 3-point play.
CJ Isit, lefties represent, my man. You've been a valuable lefty for the night so far. And those are one of the moves I love to do also personally. Ang ganda kasi ng ginawa ni Isit din
Yep. Junrik. Kinabantayan dito ni Orlan. Back out to Rudy Linganay. Pops one up from distance. Does not fall. Battle of the big man. And they will step outside, so the ball will go back to San Juan.
And really, the Tanduay Rum Masters now really not shooting well to end the second quarter. So San Juan has taken advantage of that fact, still forcing them to shoot from outside.
Fuentes now trying to go under the Acosta screen. Judel scoop shot in the lane, does not fall. Sarangay trying to keep it alive but loses it. Here comes Linganay and Tanduay. Rudy, over now to Junrik. Calling for a screen from Jexter. He gets one. Baloria, over to Apinan. 9 seconds in the Tanduay shot clock. Apinan, spin move in the lane, puts it up. Tough shot that time for Jexter.
And credit the defense of CJ Isid in that play, Anthony. He really puts a lot of pressure on their point guard.
Tama, as Maki Acosta on the trail. Oh, two big bodies colliding that time. It was Ambulodo and Acosta as he was taking the triple. Take a look at this again on your screens, folks. Acosta popping one up from distance, but Ambulodo, I think he landed dun sa landing space. Yeah, Acosta, no.
He did land in the landing space, and that's why Acosta just inadvertently landing his left arm. No, so when you pull up for a three, naturally your motion would go downward. So naipit lang yung ulo nito ng kalaban ni Acosta dun.
Again, Nico, even in leagues, let's just say, kunyari, the NBA, no, yung landing spot rule na yan, that, di ba, yan yung talagang kinakalaro nila. Do not get into the grill of the shooter, diba?
Yes, because that is something that you don't want. Kasi that could cause many. We've seen it in the past, you know, guys like Kawhi Leonard getting injured because of plays like that. So if you're a player, you have to be really careful, just not landing in that shooter spot. And as a shooter, you have to be aware that that could happen. So you really want to make sure that your landing is smooth and safe.
Meanwhile naman si John Ambulodo was complaining kasi daw yung leeg niya nahuli doon ni Maki Acosta, pero pareho silang wala. It was too tight of a space to work with for both.
Yes, he did take up some space there for the shooter's landing.
So Ambulodo is not successful from his first try from the free throw stripe. Big man out of the Blackwater Bossing. Also played for St. Clair College in the MPBL and also for the Manila Stars. So sideline inbounds tayo with 1:48 to go sa ating first half. Junrik Baloria puts it on the deck. Ambulodo losing it to Sarangay. Sees it. Up ahead to Orlan. Wamar, the strong drive, gets a foul.
San Juan doing a terrific job now, recognizing that they can also run. So they're pushing the pace now. They're doing a lot of things which they're very comfortable with. And that's playing inside the paint has been one of their strong suits. And I like how coach puts both Orlan Wamar and CJ Isit on the floor. It really helps San Juan speed up the pace in the ball game.
Hindi lang yun, Nico. Nandun pa si Judel Rick Fuentes. So free guard lineup yan.
Yes. You see now, they want to play quick. They want to play quick when they want to play physical. So you have a balance of speed and you also have a balance of shooting.
Meanwhile naman, dito naman sa side ng Tanduay, sinabay na nga Jexter Apenan and Cedric Ablasa for the first time in this game. Take a look at Orlan Wamar. Does not work ang kanyang free throw. So John Ray Villanueva tracks it down. Linganay now looking to set the table here for the Rum Masters. 12 seconds in the Tanduay shot clock. Junrik loses it off the foot. Babalik yan sa panig ng San Juan.
So now San Juan is making some changes defensively, Anthony. At first we saw them do a 2-3 zone and then a half-court man-to-man press. Now they're going to a full-court man-to-man press, and that's catching Tanduay a little bit off guard. As you saw, they turned the ball over that last play. So both coaches being very tactical with their changes.
Samantalang, whistled for unsportsmanlike behavior, sabi ng ating venue announcer. So our officials trying to settle down both teams sa ating first half. Isit now directing traffic here for San Juan. Finds Wamar off the cut. Drop pass, Maki Acosta gets the deuce.
San Juan sticking to what they do best. Move the ball around, play from inside to out. They are taking advantage of the open looks Tanduay is giving them inside the paint.
So to as high as 9 points now, it's only a 4-point lead by Tanduay. Linganay using the Jexter screen. Apinan gets it back, gets the bump. Almost getting the 2, but he will head to the line.
That was a nice pass para dito kay Linganay. But at the same time, he had a wide open floater. No? So now you go to the line for 2, which is good. But if you're Linganay, you're looking to get those open looks quickly. Kasi he had a wide open floater in front of him.
First, Jexter Apinan. A hard-working, hard-nosed forward out of JRU. Played for a few teams as well in the D-League. Also for the NBBL. Looks to strut his wares now for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Sarangay corrals that. And Judelric Fuentes looking to set the table up for San Juan. Goes under the Sarangay screen. Fuentes runs into Ablaza. 7 seconds of the San Juan shot clock. Acosta with the push and the basket.
Ganda ng ginawa ni Acosta dun. Did not settle for that jumper. He tried to get a high percentage look inside. Pero as we saw a while ago, Tanduay now is really putting a lot of pressure on their point guards. They're forcing them to give up that ball early.
5 seconds left in our first half. Free. Villanueva puts it up. No good. At dyan po magtatapos ang ating first half of action. 39-36. Tanduay Rum Masters up, but just by a slim lead, Nico, against San Juan.
Yes, both teams playing very physical. It's been a back and forth pace of a game. They've been very tactical also with their changes on offense and on defense. So that's why we have a close game, is because these two teams are sticking to what they do best, and that's playing inside the paint.
39-36. We'll leave you at that. Magbabalik po ang Filbasket Summer Championships. Back to the action here at the Filbasket Summer Championships presented by Pure Gold. Anthony Perez still being joined here by Nico, Aaron, Quintong as we take a look at our first half of action highlights. Nico, San Juan and Tanduay, still just a 3-point game between the two sides. Still a very much nip and tuck affair between both clubs.
Yes, and this is what you expect when you have two teams playing with very similar styles. They both play from inside to out, both very physical, and the 3-point factor has been key for both teams throughout this game.
And neither team still gaining an advantage apart from the other. As we take a look at CJ Isit and company trying to push up ahead. As we take a look now at our halftime score, 39 for the Tanduay Rum Masters and 46 for the San Juan Knights. Nico, field goal shooting for both sides pretty much the same.
Yes, they've been clicking on the offensive end tonight. Took them a while to get their offensive rhythm going, but eventually you see how good and how experienced both of these teams are. That's why that's high field goal percentage. And then the 3-point field goals naman, 7 for Tanduay, 4 for the San Juan Knights. So the Rum Masters have been shooting better in this ball game given the 2-3 zone that San Juan is doing. But what really stands out to me are the bench points. The bench points of the Tanduay Rum Masters have been the X factor, an all-around contribution for them thus far.
Last time yung bench points nila, Nico, nanggaling lang kay Ralph Olivares with 10 in their win against the All-Star Bacolod Bowlers. Ngayon naman, getting much more contributions from all angles. As we take a look now at our scoring leaders.
Yes, Mark Acosta with 11 points, si Judel Fuentes naman 9, Clarito 7, CJ Isit 4. So you have a well-balanced scoring para dito sa Knights. Sa Rum Masters naman, we have Asuncion with 9, Villanueva with 5, Olivares 5, and Baloria 5. So a well-balanced offense for both teams. Everyone is really getting involved, but the San Juan Knights have to get more from their bench. You know, they have to be able to step up and adjust to the defense that the Rum Masters are giving them.
Curiously, no, Nico, hindi mo na-mention sa leading scorers ng Tanduay yung pangalan ni Cedric Ablaza.
Yes, hindi pa siya leading scorer na sa game na to, pero he has been key. So imagine all the more if Cedric Ablaza does click in this ball game.
Right.
So that is why San Juan has to get us early start in their offense.
Also, both teams love to crash the glass as they are one, or rather, two of them are some of the top leading teams in terms of the rebounding numbers here in the Filbasket Summer Championships. Last game, Tanduay Rum Masters had 48 rebounds, whereas San Juan naman had 45 of their own. As we go now to the action over here, as Judel Fuentes ties the ball game up with that triple to start our second half.
And that's how you want to begin the second half of action, Anthony. Fuentes with a big 3 for San Juan. They could continue hitting that tonight. It will cause problems for the Rum Masters.
Judel Fuentes looking to continue his great performance from their previous game where he had 20. Meanwhile, Junric Baloria inside does not fall. Gutang now looking to push. Justin matched up against Olivares. Goes to the spin. Justin Gutang way up top and gets the deuce. Dagdagan mo pa yan ng isa.
Yeah, Justin could flex all day. Justin Gutang doing what he does best. Taking it strong inside the paint. He sees he has the mismatch, so that's why he takes him down in the post. And Justin Gutang, just a tough shot for the former CSP Blazer.
At yung instant replay na yan, natin sa atin ng Smart. Smart simple. Smart ako. Justin Gutang, no, Nico, last Filbasket, no, he played for the Nueva Ecija Capitals. But because of the mentorship of his, mentor nga, na si Coach Charles Stew, no, he took upon the move to San Juan as a career-defining move for him.
Yes, you know, Justin Gutang, he really wants to be able to prove himself dito sa Filbasket. I spoke with him earlier and he said he just wants to get his name out here even more. You know, he knows he has the potential, so he really looks to be key for the San Juan Knights.
Of course, Gutang ay do it all forward para dito sa panig ng San Juan. Olivares now with 10 to work with. Goes to the step back fade, gets the roll to go.
Ganda ng jumper nun ni Olivares. The spin move and then the fader. So Tanduay is doing an excellent job not falling for the defense that San Juan is giving them.
Bola, pupunta pa rin dito sa Tanduay with 19 seconds on their shot clock.
So now we see the style of Tanduay. They want to be able to shoot from inside. You have Olivares here with that fadeaway jumper. And that just dictates the change in offense they're trying to do right now. They see San Juan is giving them a high 3-2 zone defense. So when you have a team giving you a high 3-2 zone defense, you have so much open space inside the paint.
Right. So San Juan now has the lead. Well, briefly though. 42-41 against Tanduay. Jexter Apinan rather. Oh, look at that pretty spin move against Acosta. Does not fall though. Bunyag with the rebound. And also one of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. Manila Kingpin, Cebu. Ease it now. Over to Bunyag. Okay. Justin Gutang and Junlik Valoria getting in on it. Gutang giving him the stare down that time.
Yeah, Justin's always been known to be a tough player. You know, he has that swagger. But let's see this play here. So CJ Easton goes for the drive, but Gutang, there's some elbows are thrown inside. So you see, the physicality, like I mentioned earlier, is off the charts for both of these teams. When you have teams coming from a lot of experience, and you know you have a stacked roster like these two teams have, there is a lot of physicality that's bound to happen.
Again, both of these teams, some of the more physical teams that you'll see here in the Filbasket tournament, with bigs who love to crash the glass and guards who love to scrap it down. Gutang now, with only 6 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Gutang, the drive, shadowed, Acosta puts it up. That's no go. Linganay now looking to push. Rudy, quick crossover move to the runner, he goes.
Linganay with the shoulder drop there. I wish we had a replay of that later on, but if you saw that move by Linganay, he did a kind of like a James Harden move. He put the ball to his right, dropped the left shoulder, and when you do that, it really catches your defender off guard.
Meanwhile, Gutang thought about it, goes behind the back to Maki. Acosta now, with 7 seconds to work with, traveling yan.
Tanduay putting more pressure on San Juan that last play. They're changing things up defensively. But as I said earlier, here, you see Linganay dropping the shoulder to the left, taking it all the way for a floater. So that catches your defenders off guard when you switch hand and get off your off foot for that floater.
May cross jab, no, Nico? Cross jab to the runner,
And those moves nowadays, Anthony, are very unique. You don't see much players doing that kind of cross jab, but it's a very useful move you could use in-game.
For sure. As Cedric Ablazana has entered the ball game once again for Tanduay. Linganay, 10 seconds to work with, puts it up again, gets the runner to go. Second straight basket for Rudy.
See, Linganay knows he does not have the height advantage compared to other players, but that is why he has such a precise floater hitting it off the glass.
Okay, punta muna tayo courtside to Sam Coloso. Sam?
Thank you, Anthony. Sabi ni Coach Nani from the San Juan Knights that they started out good with energy and execution. Ang pagkakamali daw nila ay pinilit sumabay sa takbuhan. During the second quarter, there was better execution and passes. Paalala ni Coach is to always look to attack and penetrate. Sabi ni Coach, di magiging madali pero makukuha natin yan. Sabi niya din, attack hard. Anthony, Nico?
Thank you very much, Sam. Tingnan mo, Nico, no, yung sabi nga doon ng San Juan, no, sumabay kasi tayo sa takbuhan ng Tanduay. Again, you were talking about this off-air, no? Ang San Juan, they're most effective if they look to set the table up for everyone.
Yes, you know, you don't want to go with the pace that Tanduay wants you to play at. The nice thing about Tanduay is they can play fast, they can play slow. San Juan, on the other hand, they can also play fast, but they are much better if they know how to get physical inside and settle their offense. So they have done a tremendous job so far, not going with the pace nitong Tanduay Rum Masters.
Junrik now, looking for the Apinan screen. Goes under it. Drop pass, Jexter Apinan in the lane. Gets hacked and he will head to the line.
Medyo may butas yung defense ng San Juan doon, and credit that to the speed of Apinan. He created that space off that pick and roll, and that is why he is rewarded now.
Of course, Jexter Apinan, hard-nosed lefty here for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Nico, it always strikes me, Jexter Apinan always goes hard with his left hand. Pero if he can just develop a counter move kapag nag-commit na yung defense sa left hand niya, he just spin the other way to the right.
Yes, that's one thing he could add to his ball game. He has the stroke from the left, but if he could be able to utilize his right side more, it will create problems for defense. Kasi patangkad naman tong si Apinan
Yeah.
So if you don't settle for the left, you could always take it strong to the basket because you have the height advantage.
So Tanduay still up free. They were earlier up by 9 against San Juan. Now lead 45 to 42 with just 6 minutes to go in our third. Meanwhile, our prize money sponsor is brought to us by E-Medisure Pharmacy as Sarangay is hacked down low against free Tanduay defenders.
San Juan now is, if you notice, Anthony, they are sticking to what they do best right now, getting in rhythm inside. Those drop passes have always been key for them these past games. So you have guys like Fuentes able to attract the defense, and that is why he was able to make that drop pass to Sarangay.
Of course, Mark Sarangay, 6'6" center out of Mapua. Was drafted in the third round by Petron sa PBA back in 2012. Is good sa kanyang second charity. Still a pretty much close game as we ended our first half, Nico, 45 to 43.
Yes, and San Juan now switching things up defensively. No longer a full court man-to-man press. They're now going on a half-court set with a man-to-man defense.
Junric Valoria tries to sneak one past Sarangay, does not fall. Gutang now looking to push. Up ahead, CJ is it for free. Is good for the Mapua Cardinal.
Yes, San Juan Knights have been shooting relatively well compared to the other games from the three-point arc. That recognition there by Gutang, he knows Isit was wide open and Isit has the capability to make those kinds of shots.
And now San Juan has the lead, 46 to 45. Cedric Ablaza has been quiet so far. To the cross step he goes. Cedric Ablaza straight to the rack.
And if we could get the replay of that later, Ablaza, he faked it with his ice. Besides the crossover to the right, he looked to the right end. Those are some subtle things you could do as a player, which will really catch your defender off guard.
CJ Isit, meanwhile, kick out. Judel Fuentes, up fake, puts up the free. Fuentes again from downtown. Back-to-back frees for the Knights.
Like I said earlier, the team that could be able to shoot from deep will come out on top. So that's why the San Juan Knights have the lead now. They have been able to take advantage of the wide open looks they're getting from the outside.
Apinan tries his luck from distance. Short yan. Rebound by Justin. He goes now to CJ. Isit, kick out, corner, free, Fuentes. He delivers the basket. 3 straight triples now for the Knights, Nico.
San Juan is feeling it now. They're playing at a fast pace, but the reason why they're pushing the ball in transition is because they want to get their shooters in place. We saw that with Fuentes earlier. CJ Isit just recognizing the open man in Fuentes. He was able to hit that three-point jumper.
Look at how the tide has changed, no, Nico. Kanina, first quarter yan, yung Tanduay was connecting from deep, but this time it is Fuentes with 2 triples of his own in that sequence. Dagdagan mo pa yung kay CJ Isit, no? Sila naman ngayon yung pumupukol galing sa labas.
Yes, that has been one of the things they've done which helped them stand out in this ball game. The three-pointer has been causing problems. Like I said, in the first quarter, Tanduay knows San Juan is not that strong of a shooting team.
Yeah.
But now they're doing well from deep, so it's causing Tanduay a lot of problems.
As Gutang is fouled on that three-pointer, samantala, batiin natin ng Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket. Kung yun pumasok pa, Nico, no? 4 straight triples na para sa San Juan. Let's take a look at this. Justin Gutang puts it up, collides with Olivares mid-air, and he will head to the line.
Had that went in, that would have been big for their momentum. But so far, so good for San Juan. I really see them shooting better from 3. They're not really rushing their shots, but they know they have the rhythm offensively. That's why they're not afraid to take that three-point basket.
Last game nila, Nico, no, ang San Juan, only 31% from downtown, no? But this time, a much better outing from them from distance.
And that has been causing a lot of problems for the Tanduay Rum Masters. They knew in their scouting report that itong San Juan wasn't that high percentage in terms of threes, but they've stood out now for San Juan in the third quarter, able to hit their open looks.
So Tanduay will now call for time, looking to stop the bleeding here with 4:07 to go in our third quarter. San Juan up 55 to 47. We'll be back in just a few. back to the action we go here at the Muntinlupa Sports Center as we take a look at the San Juan Knights. The free night for them. Judel Rick Fuentes, Orlan Mamar, Justin Gutang, Nico, all delivering big in their win against the AFP Makati Cavaliers.
Yes, they have been the three core players para dito sa San Juan Knights. When you have these guys scoring double digits, it will cause a lot of problems for the defense. You know, all the more if you have Wamar and Gutang clicking, tapos dagdag mo pa to si Fuentes, it will cause a lot of problems offensively.
And they give you different looks, no, at their different positions. As Olivares knocks one down from distance, cutting down the lead to just 5.
And Tanduay taking advantage of the wide open man they have in Olivares. No one really committed to him in that play.
Ular against Apinan. Switches over now to Sarangay. Fuentes with only 8 to work with on the shot clock. Judel puts it up from the wing. No go. Ato Ular stretches for the rebound. And there you see, Nico, the strength of San Juan. Offensive rebounding, lalo-lalo na galing kay Ato Ular.
Yes, the second chance opportunities they have been getting in this ball game have been key for them so far. They know they have the advantage inside the paint. Itong si Ato Ular.
Of course, Ato Ular had 11 rebounds sa kanyang previous game. Meanwhile, Filbasket is brought to you by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. And as a team, they had 17 second chance points in their previous outing.
Yes, that is a big factor for the San Juan Knights. They have always been such a hustle and bustle team. They like to get dirty inside the paint, and they like to be able to get those tough opportunities.
So San Juan up 7, 57 to 50. The free 20 mark of our third quarter. Cedric Ablaza calling for John Ray Villanueva. CJ Isit falls down that time. Villanueva puts it up, that's short. Justin Gutang now leaves it up for CJ Isit. CJ looking to direct traffic over here. Finds Gutang off the curl. Back pass going to Ato Ular. Gets the roll and 2.
And that's why it's nice to have a Justin Gutang on your team. His ability to attract the defense as soon as he gets for that layup. You saw 2 guys jumping in the air right there. Dropping it off for Ato Ular.
Playmaking wing, no? Nico. And at this size, he's around 6'4", no?
Yes,
That's a matchup nightmare to have in our mid-pro level. As you take a look at Justin Gutang, eyes at the back of his head going to Ato Ular for the reach and the deuce.
Buti nang lumapit si Ular dun kasi had he not gone close, that would have been a steal for Tanduay. But Ular, just those kinds of communication you have as being teammates. You know each other's you know each other's tendencies, you know each other's motions. And so that is very, very important if you're San Juan.
Chester Saldua checking into the ball game here for the San Juan Knights. Nico, tingnan mo, nag-swing na tayo ng 18 points. Tanduay was up by 9 so at some point in our first half. Ngayon naman, sila naman yung trailing by 9 lang kanina.
Yes, as we see here, si Apinan already with 5 points. But San Juan, the reason why they have the lead right now is because the threes have given them a lot of momentum. That caused Tanduay a lot of problems. Biglang napaisip ang Tanduay dun teka, tumatama na sa tres pang San Juan. So they had to make some adjustments. But so far, so good for San Juan.
As CJ Isit brings it up for the Knights. Isit now to the runner he goes. That falls for CJ.
The patience of CJ Isit on that play. There was such good defense being played on him, but he stayed composed, he stayed calm, getting that high percentage look with a floater.
De La Virgen going to Importante. Miscommunication that time, sabi ni Importante, ba't di ka nag-cut papunta doon?
Oh, si Villanueva, that play was meant to be a cut when you have Importante getting the play. But let's check out this replay here. CJ Isit, see the patience he has. The defense was really good on him, but he was very patient to get that floater.
So ball will remain with the side of Tanduay with only 7 seconds to work with. JC kicks it out to King. Back out to Cedric Ablaza. Still misfiring from downtown.
And San Juan better be careful the next possessions. They're leaving wide open shooters.
CJ Isit brings it back out. Wamar looking to recycle high-low play, going to Jonard, too deep. That time, sabi ng referee, pushing foul against King Importante.
Ganda ng pasa nun ni Wamar. Medyo masikip lang dun yung center niya, pero the recognition there was on point.
So now, Tanduay is in the penalty with that foul given up by King Importante.
Yes, and if you're San Juan, knowing that Tanduay is in the penalty, you want to go back to your bread and butter, and that's really scoring from the inside. Kasi Tanduay will be more careful now. So if you're aggressive, if you're San Juan, you have to be more aggressive inside. Take advantage of the fact that Tanduay is in the penalty.
And taking advantage is that man on your screens, Ato Olar, one of the leading rebounders here at the Filbasket Summer Championships. And don't look now, folks, but San Juan is now up by 11, 63-52, as we would like to thank Contigo Scoreboard, our multi-sport scoring solution. MJ De La Virgen looking to go under the screen, and Cedric Ablaza is whistled for a push against Orlan Wamar. Nico, he cannot believe that, pero klaro-klaro yun.
Oo, sabi niya, if you see his mouth, natulak daw siya eh. Natulak daw siya ni Wamar. Pero tignan natin sa replay na to. So Ablaza gave the screen. Ayun, medyo natamaan din si Wamar doon. Those kinds of plays are very complicated, no? Coming off a pick and roll, you have to be careful when you switch to your man.
Yeah. Na off-balance lang taga siya, bumangga kay Orlan Wamar. So, back to the action we go. Wamar now, top of the key. Working against John Ray Villanueva. 8 seconds on the shot clock for them. Clarito finds Olar off the curl. Ato Olar drills that mid-ranger.
The off-ball movement for San Juan has been much better now compared to the first half. A lot of action going on in the strong side, pero you see Olar moving on the weak side. That's why he got that jumper.
At kaya naman 13 na yung abante nila, Nico. 65-52. Last minute here of our third quarter. Isit goes to Jonard. Looking to work against MJ. Clarito, spin move, Isit, thought about it, pulls up, 17 feet, rims out. Oh, look at Jonard Clarito Sky for that board. Hindi lang umubra, but here comes Cedric Ablaza now. Looking to push it up ahead for the Rum Masters. Ablaza, kick out, De La Virgen, corner free. And boy, Nico, parang nanahimik na from distance itong Tanduay.
Yes, I know. The first half, they were shooting really well. Pero ngayong second half, medyo hindi na sila tumatama sa tres. So if I was Tanduay, I'd look to get more open baskets from the inside. That last shot they had, it was a good attempt from 3, but he had a wide open lane to go baseline for that drive.
So na off that push, natulak dun si King Importante. That's why he's heading to the line for 2. At yan ang mga kailangan mo, Nico. When you're down by 13 at yung momentum is not going in your favor, yung mga free throws na yan, that's gonna be crucial for you.
Yes, these free throws right now are very crucial for the Tanduay Rum Masters. You're in the penalty, so on defense, you have to be careful. But the free throw, you have to take advantage of the free throws now. But at the same time, Anthony, they need to get stops. Kasi they can't be exchanging baskets with San Juan. If they get a good stop on defense, they have to convert on offense. So it's all about stops from here on out for Tanduay.
CJ Isit now brings it up for the Knights. Just 20 seconds left to go in our third quarter. Isit trying to work against MJ De La Virgen. Goes behind the back. Isit, kick out. Pupunta kay Saldua. That's gonna be a turnover for the Knights. Racing up ahead is Villanueva. Still no go. Ablaza inside is fouled. And he was frustrated that time, Nico, sa kanyang missed end one opportunity.
Yeah, but that's nice effort for Ablaza. That's the kind of effort you want to see from him because he did not give up on that play. He knew they had a fast break, but he made sure that he got the offensive rebound because of that miss.
Of course, Cedric Ablaza, leading scorer here for the Tanduay Rum Masters. Out of STI College, drafted in the PBA by Mahindra. And this guy has just upped his game, no, Nico, compared to his Subic Bubble Tournament. His averages have just gone way up. Cedric Ablaza, that is.
Yes, and that's showing all throughout this tournament for him. He's really had a lot of improvement.
Closing seconds now for our third quarter. Saldua will not get it off in time, and that's the end of our third quarter of action. 65-55. The tide has turned. San Juan Knights now up by 10 versus Tanduay Rum Masters.
The three-point shooting has been key. That's why they have this lead right now. But Tanduay still keeping in par because they know they have the physicality inside. Pero San Juan, just as I said earlier, the three-point shooting will be their X factor in this ball game.
Judel Fuentes adding to that tally as we leave you now with the third quarter score, 65-55. We'll be back in just a few. And back to the action here at the Filbasket Summer Championships. Fourth quarter action featuring the Tanduay Rum Masters and the San Juan Knights. Anthony Perez still here. Joining me is Nico Aaron Quinto. Nico, the tide has turned in our third quarter of action because San Juan taking a page off that Tanduay playbook in the first half natin. Yung Tanduay kumukonekta from distance. Itong third quarter naman, San Juan did their damage from deep.
Yes, they already have 8 3-pointers in this ball game. So we have the quarter scoring. Kita mo, that third quarter was really big for San Juan. 29 points in the third period. The catalyst for that has been their three-point shooting. They now have 8 threes in this ball game. And that's why they have the lead, is because it caught Tanduay off guard. But
yeah,
luckily for Tanduay, they still have a fourth quarter to be able to make the necessary adjustments. But like I said in the first half, Anthony, the three-point shooting will be the X factor in this ball game.
And it has been, Nico, no? Pero ito naman panig ng Tanduay, no? Just waiting for Cedric Ablaza to put up points on the board. They desperately need his scoring now down as we begin our fourth quarter.
And good thing Tanduay now is able to get that single-digit lead. But as we see, a 1-2-2 high press being given by Tanduay. So they're really forcing San Juan to let go of the ball early on.
As we mentioned, our prize money sponsor, eMedisure Pharmacy. Maraming salamat po. Omar, handoff action here with Jonard Clarito. Clarito to the spin and the layup falls for Jonard.
And that's a tough shot for Clarito. Binigyan ka na nga ng 3-2 zone defense. Tanduay wanted them to shoot from outside, pero Clarito still able to penetrate.
Good job that time for Jonard Clarito as Cedric Ablaza and company still trying to navigate around a 10-point advantage here by San Juan. King Importante from downtown, rims off, crashing for the glass are free San Juan Knights. And Jonard Clarito comes away with it. Pero too much na raw, sabi ng ating referee, laban dito kay John Ray Villanueva.
Now we're seeing, Anthony, how much of a tactician itong si Cholo Villanueva. The past possession, but let us focus on this replay first here. See, Clarito was able to attack despite the 2-3 zone defense. So that makes that shot even tougher.
At yung move na yan is our pure gold move of the game.
Si Tanduay now, a high 1-2-2 press.
Right. Let's see how the San Juan offense adjusts to that. Clarito finds Saldua off the curl. Jump shot rattles in for Chester.
And that's exactly how you counter a 1-2-2 press, making the jumper from top of the key. So nice shot by Saldua.
So now a 12-point advantage for San Juan, which I believe is their largest of the ball game, Nico.
Yes. And San Juan now has been able to counter despite the changes Tanduay is giving them defensively.
Orlan Wamar going now to Clarito. They find Judel. Back to Fuentes. 8 seconds on the shot clock for them. Fuentes thought about it. Clarito, with only 4 to work with, takes it up. Does not fall. John Ray Villanueva, almost a turnover that time for them. Meanwhile, Clarito with a near steal and a deflection. Pero ang bola mananatili pa rin dito sa panig ng Tanduay.
So the Tanduay defense working for them on that last play. They forced a really tough shot for San Juan.
Sideline inbounds. That goes to Asuncion. De La Virgen waiting for the importante screen. Gets it back. Kick out here to John Ray. 8 seconds to go. John Ray Villanueva puts it up from deep.
And Tanduay needed that shot there, Anthony. I like the jab step that Villanueva gave. It caused the defender to move to his right, so that's why he had the wide open space on his left.
Able to shake him off that time. But it's still a 9-point San Juan lead with 7:30 to go in our fourth. Wamar goes up top to John Clarito. Eye in the sky play for the Knights.
Ganda ng pasa na yun ni Wamar. He saw that there was so much high pressure being given on top of the key. So that means you have the paint that's wide open. That's why he gave that alley-oop layup.
Great find that time, but the great free responded here by MJ De La Virgen.
Yes, but if you're Tanduay now, you're doing better in offense. If they can get a stop, all the better.
Wamar telling them to go to the other side, that is. Orlan to Chester Saldua from 15, way short on his jump shot. Rebound here for Tanduay. Here comes De La Virgen, they go back out. Cedric Ablaza from deep, cannot find the range. Cedric Ablaza, that is not the look of a happy man on your screens kanina.
Yes, I mean, when you're playing with such high intensity, you really set the standard for yourself to make the physical game. But Wamar, terrific alley-oop pass dito, and that's exactly how you counter a high 2-3 zone press.
You go up top with the lob. Judel Fuentes, catch and shoot. Does not work as Bunyag cleans up the miss. Wala, Bunyag again. Second serving does not fall for him, but he will head to the line.
Tanduay needs to box out more. I know it's the fourth period. Everyone's tired. But you cannot allow those kinds of second chance looks. Bunyag got 2 looks at the basket. He rebounded once, mintes, nirebound niya ulit, nagmintes. So if you're the centers of Tanduay now, you want to give more effort in boxing out kasi that's very crucial. You're within 8. You do not want to let any easy baskets come from the free throw line.
Kailangan mag-double sipag na dito sila Jexter Apinan, sila Cedric Ablaza. As Christian Bunyag, no? Tingnan mo yun, Nico, he hasn't had too many minutes, but he has 5 rebounds.
Yes, that's been a big thing. It may not show on the stat sheet, but when you rebound at the right moment, it shifts the momentum to your team. There are many sequences in a game where 1 or 2 rebounds can make the difference.
At yun nga, kaya naman ang San Juan ngayon enjoying this advantage. Tapikan ng bola, almost another rebound for them. As we switch it over courtside na muna, going to Sam Coloso. Sam, what you got for us?
Thank you, Anthony. Pinaalala ni Coach Cholo to the Tanduay Rum Masters is to always locate the shooters. Their goal is to trim down the lead by 4 to 6 points. Anthony, Nico?
Always locate the shooters daw, Nico, sabi ni Coach Cholo Villanueva, which for this second half, they really haven't done a good job of doing so.
Yes, but I like the trust that he's giving his players to still shoot it from deep. As a player, you want that from your coach. The confidence he will still give you to get it in rhythm.
As Importantes reverse does not fall, Acosta says, akin na yung rebound na yan.
But Tanduay's defense now is working so far, Anthony. They haven't been able to give San Juan any easy looks at the rim, putting a lot of pressure dito sa point guard nila.
Wamar now keeps himself free. Jonard Clarito from distance does not fall. Bunyag again with a tap. Sabi nating referee, there was a hip foul whistled against Jexter Apinan.
Yes, now Tanduay has to be more disciplined defensively, but terrific job they're showing. This is where you see how smart of a coach Cholo Villanueva is. He switches it up. He gives them a 2-3 zone, and then the next play, he's going to go for a 1-2-2 high press. And that really complicates the rhythm if you're San Juan.
As we take a look at this, Jonard Clarito free. There's a foul right there from Jexter Apinan against Christian Bunyag. Back to the action we go. Fuentes, the drive. Drop pass over to Ato Olar is good for 2.
It's those subtle things, as I said, as a player, that's what you want to do. Fuentes gave him the fake, so it caused the defense to stop and think. And then after that, he drove and then dropped it off to Olar. So a little bit of an hesitation there really made well for the San Juan.
Jexter Apinan and company are down by 10 in the fourth. As King Importante tries to take matters into his own hands, does not fall. Gutang now ships it over to Wamar, and Orlan Wamar says, teka lang, lamang tayo ng 10.
And Wamar really slowing down the pace because he knows this defense of Tanduay wants to force them to play at a much quicker way. But San Juan has been doing an excellent job really dictating and controlling their pace.
Fuentes now loses it. Maki Acosta picks it up. Orla, make that Ato Ular rather, puts it up, no good. Jexter Apinan looking to run. King Importante now. Back to Jexter for the easy two.
Smart pass there by Importante to Apinan. He took the contact, but he knew he had a wide open Apinan trailing right behind him. So high IQ play there.
But they are still down by 8, Nico. With just 4:05 to go in our fourth. Orlan Wamar's runner does not fall. Ablaza corrals that board.
Eto na, the defense of Tanduan is starting to kick up here. They are doing an excellent job defensively, forcing San Juan to take tough looks at the basket.
Cedric Ablaza bottled up by Fuentes that time. Importante now with only 8 seconds to work with. Villanueva puts it up short, but he gets the lucky bounce.
Big shot for Villanueva. They needed that one to cut the lead here, and now they have a little more momentum for Tanduay.
You take every shot you can get right now, Nico. As you take a look at this instant replay, John Ray Villanueva off the curl. It's a little bit short, but the bounce is there for him.
Yes, a much needed basket there for Tanduay.
And that instant replay is brought to us by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako. We'll be back in just a few. Fourth quarter action here at the Muntinlupa Sports Center. The San Juan Knights up 73 versus the Tanduay Rum Masters 68. As you take a look at the parents of Chester Saldua enjoying the action over here. And Commissioner Jai Reyes, of course, watching our final ball game of this triple header. Of course, San Juan Knights have been connecting from deep, which is why they're up earlier by 9. But now, Tanduay Rum Masters with a couple of baskets of their own have cut the lead down to just 5 with 3:36 to go in our fourth. CJ Isit had off action with Justin Gutang. Gutang directing the play. Back to Isit. Two-man game working, and Ato Olar with the fake. Kick out Isit. Right wing free, does not fall. But there's a foul off the ball, and it's going against San Juan.
Nice defensive sequence there by Tanduay. And there are some things I'm noticing by Tanduay, making a lot of adjustments. It's a 2-3 zone defense. They want San Juan to shoot outside, but you see the guys on the wing, the 3s and the 4s, they are pressuring the shooter. So pag binibigay sa corner ng San Juan, Tanduay is doing an excellent job of really closing out on the shooters, forcing them to really move the basketball.
Giving them different looks is the defense. MJ De La Virgen now bringing it up as Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket. Jexter Apinan puts it on the deck to the corner. Importante drive middle back to Jexter, barrels into 2 defenders, and that will be a blocking foul against CJ Isit.
And now Tanduay, they know what San Juan is giving them, forcing them to shoot outside, but Tanduay is doing a terrific job, not settling for the outside jumper, really trying to get physical dito sa ating laro.
So baseline inbounds tayo dito. MJ De La Virgen with 14 seconds to shoot. Apinan is set back there by Justin Gutang. Ablaza, kick out. De La Virgen from deep, gets that three-pointer to go. And it is just now a 2-point lead for the San Juan Knights.
Big basket for De La Virgen. He knows that is his sweet spot, so he took advantage of it.
Just a 2-point lead from a high of what was 12 points a while ago. San Juan looking to douse the fire being put up here by Tanduay. Corner, Wamar, free, overcooks it. That will be a shot clock violation as Filbasket is brought to us by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation.
I mentioned previously But let's check out this replay here. The three-point shooting for Tanduay has been a key factor for them in this ballgame. It's given them a lot of momentum. But in that last play, the defensive sequence, they have been able to make a lot of good adjustments defensively.
Just a 2-point ball game over here. Ball tapped out, and that will go to us, Nico Quintong. But it will stay with the side of San Juan.
Habitually, I was about to take a jumper. It went to me. But broadcasting muna tayo, so we stay here. But that was a tempting jumper to take.
Malay mo, late pasok ka daw, Nico eh. Hinihintay ka eh. As CJ is it now, directing traffic for San Juan with the last 2 minutes brought to us by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart ako. Gutang overcooks it. Clarito wrestling against 4 Tanduay red shirts.
And I know Gutang is a smart player, but in that last play, he took it a little bit too early.
Yeah.
You know, he settled for an errand 3 there. He has the sizes, so he could have went a jab baseline or a jab on the inside.
Right.
But, you know, it's something Gutang will continuously learn from. So San Juan now, very crucial moments for them. They do not want to turn over the ball here, even if they're up, because they know etong Tanduay is leaning on so much momentum.
I'd like to thank Antigo Scoreboard, our multi-sport scoring solutions. As Clarito is bottled up, they turn it over, Nico. Here comes John Ray Villanueva to Apinan. Tie game! Jexter win, Apinan.
And just when I say you don't want to turn the ball over, Tanduay just took advantage of that 3-on-1 fast break. They know when they have a stop, everyone has to run down, so they did an excellent job there.
San Juan feeling the pressure all of a sudden. They were up by 12 a while ago. Fuentes puts it up. No go. Rebound by Jexter. And Tanduay with a chance to take the lead at this possession.
Tanduay has really upped their game defensively here, putting a lot of pressure on their guards, lalo dito kay Fuentes. They're not making it easy for him to get those open looks he actually had earlier in the ball game.
De La Virgen takes it, almost converting that time. Ball goes to the side of rather, it's going to be a reset over here being called by our officials.
Alam mo, in situations like these, Anthony, sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate things. It's just all about heart now.
Right.
I know it's basketball, but this is where you really see who has more heart, who is willing to take the second chance looks, the hustle plays. Those will be key factors in the final 2 minutes dito sa fourth quarter.
As both teams trying to go over their plays in this remaining minute of our ball game. Tie game, 73 apiece. San Juan was up by 12 just a while ago. Pero etong Tanduay storming back to tie it late into our fourth quarter. Let's take a look now at Jonard Clarito and the Knights talking things over with the lull in the action.
And there's no room for error for either of these teams here,
Right.
Anthony. These are possessions you really have to take care of. Each of them have 2 timeouts left. San Juan has 1 foul to give, but Tanduay is in the penalty. So Tanduay, if they convert here, they have to be very disciplined later
Right.
on the defensive end, because San Juan can take advantage of the fact that itong Tanduay is in the penalty.
Oh, that is big.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
big, Nico. Possession arrow
Wow.
goes to San Juan, and they will call a timeout over here. What a turn of events.
And possession arrows like those, that just changes the momentum for the teams. You know, if you're San Juan, you have to take advantage of this next play.
And we'll be back in just a few. Fourth quarter action here at the Muntinlupa Sports Center. Big turn of events here, Nico Quintong, as San Juan will now have a chance to retake the lead with the possession arrow heading into their favor.
Yes, and now San Juan, they have to look to not settle for any outside looks. It's
Right.
a tight ball game. you don't need a 3 eh. You just need to convert on a basket. And Tanduay now is in the penalty. So if I'm San Juan, I am looking to really see what chances I have inside the paint.
Look to attack them right when you need it the most, no? As CJ is it now. Brings the ball up on a crucial possession here for the Knights. Justin Gutang, the dish. Pupunta sana yun kay Jonard Clarito, pero costly turnover for the Knights.
Very, very costly. As I said a while ago, you cannot commit those kinds of turnovers if you're San Juan. But the intention was there eh. They wanted to get inside the paint. They knew Tanduay was in the penalty, but Tanduay just had better defense in that possession.
So 54.1 seconds left to go in our fourth and final quarter. Tanduay will have possession at a crucial juncture of our ball game. Delaverhead shadowed by Isit. Gets a screen from Cedric. Re-screen again from Ablaza. Delaverhead in a world of trouble. 6 seconds to work with for Tanduay. Ablaza puts it on the deck. Puts it up. Oh! Big foul that time. Given up by Justin Gutang.
And credit to San Juan in that play. They really had good defense. But Ablaza just having better offense here. The jab fake on Gutang. He knew he had the one-step advantage. See, as a player, that's what you want to do. If you know you have the advantage on the weak side, you take advantage of that drive.
And now, eto na, Nico. Cedric Ablaza will be tested at a very crucial point of our ball game. 73 apiece, only 9 points to his name, but he is perfect so far from the line.
Yes, very timely to have him shooting the free throws, but just missing on that one. But Ablaza could still redeem himself with one more. One basket would make a big difference for them.
I don't mean to give credit to myself, Nico, but I think I jinxed him on that occasion.
There is such thing as a jinx.
As Cedric Ablaza now swishes that second charity. And Tanduay with a 74-73 lead. Boy, Nico, every point counts with only 32 seconds left to go.
Yes, but the good news for Tanduay, you're up 1.
Yeah.
So all you need in this next possession is a stop. So once you get a stop, it will force San Juan to either pressure you or commit a foul.
Right.
But if you're San Juan, that's also good news because you're just down by 1. If San Juan converts even a 2-point basket, they can already take the lead. So both teams are in a very good spot right now. It's just a matter of execution. Who will execute better?
And now, Nico, no, two things. No, for Tanduay, it's now defensive discipline. No fouls whatsoever. Get a good, clean stop. Kung ikaw naman yung San Juan, perfect execution is what you need.
Yes, that is what they need. And we have to remember, Tanduay is still in the penalty.
Right.
So San Juan, they had the intention earlier to go inside the paint. And I think that's something they want to do in the remaining seconds of this ball game. They just need to convert. No need for any threes. No need for any outside baskets. The closer you could get to the rim in this next possession, all the better.
And we are about set to return to action. 32.3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tanduay up by a slim 1-point advantage, 74-73. Justin Gutang and company looking to play this out the right way. No timeouts left for San Juan. And Tanduay has 2. Both are in the penalty, Nico.
Yes, so very crucial possessions here, Anthony. You cannot make any mistakes.
Is it sideline inbounds? That goes to Justin. Gutang tries to work. Fuentes up fake. Fuentes takes the free. That is short. Ablaza tracks down the rebound. Big rebound there for Cedric Ablaza. And a huge miss for San Juan.
You know, the San Juan, they're a good team. But in that last possession, they did not need to shoot that 3-point basket. If Fuentes did an excellent job faking the defender. But he had a wide open lane, or he could have went for the floater or the drop pass. Kasi nasa penalty naman itong Tanduay. So if you're Tanduay, that's what you wanted San Juan to do. Shoot them from the outside. But they were just unable to hit that ball game. So now Tanduay can go as much as 3-point lead here. But San Juan, the good news is that they have a lot of time remaining. And Cedric Ablaza with 10 points, make that 11 after this basket. He has been able to make those crucial free throws when it mattered.
The Tanduay bench already celebrating it, but it might be too early, right? Cedric Ablaza still needs to convert on his free throws. Ablaza is good on the second. Big free throws right there. Tanduay fans enjoying that. CJ is it. Looking to direct traffic. Kick out. Gutang. Free. Swish! Justin Gutang ties the game up.
And in my head, that's what I was thinking. Now they need a 3, so Justin Gutang has a lot of guts taking that 3. Big basket there by San Juan. They weren't hitting well this second half. But Justin Gutang just having the confidence to take that 3. But excellent defense for Tanduay. It's just all hard for San Juan. And when you're in situations like these, it's about who has the guts to take your team all the way to glory. And Justin Gutang, big 3 for him there.
Justin Gutang making amends. He was the one who fouled Cedric Ablaza right there, Nico, but this time makes up for it with a big-time free-pointer of his own.
So parang that's his way of saying sorry na rin. Well, what better way to say sorry with a big 3 like that? So, you know, these are situations where a lot of these baskets matter. You do not want to commit any kinds of turnovers now. It's 76 all. You have 13 seconds remaining. Both teams could actually get really physical inside the paint kasi pareho na nang nasa penalty eh.
So here we go. 13.7 seconds. 76 Tanduay, 76 San Juan. And any basket here might just seal it. San Juan with no timeouts left. Tanduay with just 1 to go. Both clubs are in the penalty. As we go to the sideline, inbounds here for MJ De La Virgen. Rum Masters can win it in this possession. John Ray Villanueva over to Jexter Apinan. Down to 8 seconds now. John Ray Villanueva. MJ De La Virgen puts it up. Oh, offline. Oh! Julric Valoria puts it in at the horn. Tanduay. Will this be it for them? Our referees will still review it, but what a play by Jong Valoria off the glass with no time remaining. And it is good. It is good. Julric Valoria wins the ball game for Tanduay. He just won it, Nico.
Anthony, like I said all throughout this game, it's all about heart na eh. No need to overcomplicate things. Valoria, the offensive rebound, the second chance bucket for both teams. In our pregame, Anthony, I said, hustle points will really be the X factor in this ball game. And what better way to cap that off with that rebound by Valoria. He did not give up on that play. He knew he was the smallest guy on the floor. And he took advantage of that eh. Kasi ang dami na nag-box out sa loob. So walang nag-box out kay Valoria. Alam niya yun. So nag-rebound na.
Julric Valoria at the horn, giving the Tanduay Rum Masters their 4th win, and they remain undefeated here. Meanwhile, San Juan in a world of heartbreak right now on that occasion, Nico.
And San Juan, not to take any credit away from them, it was a hard-fought game for San Juan. It's two similar teams. This is what you get when you have two very similar styles, Anthony. 76-78, the physicality is off the charts. When you have teams that play at a similar style, this outcome is expected. Kaya it's just a matter of heart. And that's why Valoria with that offensive rebound really paved the difference for Tanduay. The hustle points have been crucial for them in the later parts of this ball game.
Hustle and heart, Nico. Hustle and heart is what won the ball game today for the Tanduay Rum Masters, surviving a late scare from San Juan. What a turn of events. Nung first half, it was Tanduay leading by double digits. Nung second half naman, San Juan even led by as much as 12 or 13 points. But in the end game, It was the hustle points of Tanduay that netted them a victory in a crushing defeat for the Knights.
Yes, and San Juan did a terrific job making the adjustment in the second half, which caught Tanduay off guard. But as we saw in the later part of that fourth quarter, Tanduay was able to bounce back and really recuperate, make some adjustments. And for me, the adjustments really came off the defense, Anthony.
Yeah.
Kasi they were doing a lot of subtle tweaks defensively, putting pressure on the shooters on the 2-3 zone. And so that's why that really paved the difference for them in this ball game.
And meanwhile, Nico will switch it over now, going courtside to Sam Coloso, who is with our Pure Gold best player of the game.
Thank you, Anthony. We're here with our Pure Gold best player of the game, Cedric Ablaza. Cedric, once again, you ablazed us with excitement. Another winning streak for you and the team. What does that mean for you?
Sa amin lang, nagpo-focus lang kami sa game. Ginagawa lang namin yung mga best namin, lalo na sa defense.
Malamang inspired ka ngayon dahil nandito ang pamilya mo. Anong masasabi mo sa kanila?
Talagang supportive sila sa akin, lahat sila nanood. Lahat ng game ko nanonood sila. Yun lang.
Sinong gusto mong batiin, Sed?
Una-una, thank you muna kay Lord sa panalo binigay niya. Binabati ko yung asawa ko, si Nason nandyan, at saka itong baby ko. Si Mama, si Mame, si Aljon, Jane, Ate Sai, Ate Migang, Kuya Daniel, Kuya Bray, Ate Mitch, happy birthday, Tanya, Nathaniel, Natalie, David, Marcos, Tichayaan, Ablaza family, Ramos family, pasupport nung YouTube channel ko, Sed Ablaza Official, Team Big Malapinan, side team ng Leyte, Kurt Luterio, Chris Olandesca, Superstar Kicks ng Washington, Lance Guidotti, Konsehal Roma Tablico, Konsehal Paulo Cardenas ng Balagtas, Boss Romy, Malabon Team, Boss Charlon, Boss Eric Wagan, Boss Perry Packing, JBBI pa, Boss ako, Boss Idol, New York Friends, Kuya Mark Tiglao, Ate A, Kuya Jim Ray, Tito Ed Manungsong, Choco Bambam, Patik Sportswear, Amateur Brand, Kuya Red, Boss Destiny Labelona, MJB, Summit, Teson Marketing, Mama Tess, Mama Dile, Papa Inre, Sagantitong Family, Kuya Ray Ramiscal, Kapitan Ray Ramiscal, Vicente Importante.
Thank you so much, Sed, and congratulations. Back to you, Anthony and Nico.
And Sam, Cedric Ablaza had so many people to thank, including the basketball gods, for helping them preserve their undefeated record here at the Filbasket Summer Championships. Cedric Ablaza and company now go 4-0 to remain our top team in the Filbasket Summer Championships. As we take a look now at our games this coming Sunday at 3 p.m., it's going to be Vietnami Sardines Zamboanga going against the ICC Blue Hawks. And at 5 p.m., it's the AFP FSD Makati Cavaliers versus the Danao City M-Jazz Zenit. And concluding things at the nightcap is the Kuala Lumpur Asil versus the Muntinlupa Angeles Resort EOG Cooley. As we take a look now at the end game highlights here of our third game in our triple header for this evening. The Tanduay Rum Masters pulling off a squeaker of a victory against the San Juan Knights, preserving their undefeated record here at the Filbasket Summer Championships and remaining our top team left in our standings.